Hello and welcome to the Race Asylum YouTube channel. So we're back for another circuit experience challenge now then, and this time we're at Brands Hatch for this one, and we've got Denz versus Little Nicky. So Denz is in the top left, Nicky in the bottom right. So coming round turn one, Denz nicely gets to the apex there. Looks like Nicky doesn't quite get the car fully turned into that apex. And then coming around the hairpin now, Nicky with an early upshift to third. Looks like he's able to get a slightly better exit, but Denz does take sector 1 there. But it looks like Nicky might have had the better exit, so might have the run at sector 2. So Denz and Nicky, very, very similar between Denz and Nicky there. Let's see what lines they take through here. Denz turns in early, Nicky takes a bit of a wider line. Nicky does pit that sector just, so he gets about a tenth for that back. So Denz up by about a tenth and a half now, but Denz gets into the apex fully, Nicky doesn't. But it did look like maybe Nicky got on the powered a little bit earlier. Nicky with a slightly early upshift there, which looks like it might be faster. Yeah, Nicky's got a tenth and a half back, so we're very close now, very level on time. So maybe Nicky found that you need to slightly early upshift this car. Denz holding fourth, Nicky in fifth. Denz down to third, Nicky staying in fourth. So very different use of gears I'm noticing here, but getting very similar times in some of these sectors. And then Denz has picked that one back again, so Denz up by around about a tenth now, I reckon. So just one sector left to go, very similar around there, so it's all going to come down to the final corner now. There's only about a tenth in it. So Nicky staying in fourth, Denz all the way down to second. Hugely different on that final corner. So we'll see when we look at it in slow motion what the difference is there. And just crossing the line, Denz just pips that final sector again, so just over the tenth to Denz for that lap. So great laps there. So we'll just watch this off board in half speed like we normally do. So coming into turn one, as you can see, Nicky starts wider, but Denz gets turned in much better. Nicky struggles to get that turned in. You see, he doesn't quite get on the apex and maybe gets on the power just a little bit too early. Yeah, just touches the gravel on the exit. So Denz did look like he got the better of the lines through turn one there. And coming into the hairpin, Denz turns in very early and keeps it tight. Nicky, similar line but turns in a little bit later, so not quite as tight. But Nicky changing to third on exit, but Denz controls the throttle. So looks like Nicky gained a bit on the exit there. Both very similar here, as we can see Denz is still ahead at this point. But Nicky is catching. Looks like Nicky might have got a better run overall. So it looks like they're not a huge amount between them again now, with Denz just ahead. So Denz up into fourth, Nicky keeping it in third coming into here. And Denz down into second and then upshifting back to third when he gets to that apex. But Nicky staying in third the whole way round and unfortunately doesn't quite get into that apex. But this is where we saw the difference now then. Nicky with a slightly early upshift, not hugely early, but Denz revving the car out. And looking at the speedo, Nicky is slightly ahead miles per hour wise, so that early upshift looks like it might be gaining a mile per hour by the end of this straight, or maybe two. So that's where Nicky gains the advantage there then. Very, very similar here, both clip the curb nicely. Nicky maybe a little bit too much apex, but Nicky runs and uses all that curb on the exit. And here you see Nicky in fifth, Denz in fourth, and Denz drops to third, and another early upshift, so whereas Nicky's staying in gear. So Denz is going for what's usually more my method of dropping into the lower gears, whereas Nicky's choosing to keep the car stable and stay in them higher gears. But then very similar round here, they both held fourth round that one, just to help keep the car stable, and a very similar exit. It looks like Denz is just ahead at this point still. So Nicky takes a lot more of that curb, but maybe the grass affects him a bit. coming down this straight now, very similar on speed. Nicky revving it out now then, so different to what he was doing before. And then Nicky braking it a lot earlier than Dens does there and staying in fourth, whereas Dens dropped all the way to second and then very quickly back up to fourth. So very different lines there. Looks like Nicky maybe could have braked a bit later, but it looks like he might have got a slightly better exit because of braking early. But Dens is just going to cross the line before him, just over the 10th in it there then. So great lap from both guys there. So if you enjoyed that, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.